Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Following on from our protein foods, by now you know that our protein foods are builder foods. I want to give you suggestions on how to increase plant proteins in our daily eating. So what are plant proteins? So most of the protein we get, if you recall, is meat or chicken or fish. And the plant protein is comprised of your lentils, so your different types of dals, your mung. So if it's sprouted, it has a different function. So for example, we need to include either beans or lentils and your dals at least thrice a week. So to actually just observe for the week as mums, how often are you actually incorporating into your eating? And then to actually say, okay, I now need to consciously make an effort to incorporate the beans and the lentils into daily eating. So choose the days, either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then this is how, or some ideas that you can use to incorporate it. With our moong dal, for example, the green one, to sprout them. It's so easy and actually very cheap to sprout lentils. You can sprout them overnight. And then include it in your salads. So it actually becomes very, very high in protein and excellent source of fiber. And these you can add to your salads. It's very crunchy for those of you who actually like a crunch in your salad. This can be added to children's lunch boxes again, or to your salads at your different meals. Other ways, for example, your beans. You can have baked beans, for example, if you don't have the time to soak beans overnight. Baked beans on toast is a lovely idea for a breakfast. It's very healthy, it takes long to be digested, and the beans being a builder food, and you have your slice of bread, which is a carbohydrate, is adequate to keep your child full for at least 2 to 3 hours. And then also the usual dal that we make, whether it's with chicken or red meat, or sometimes even a plain dal, you can have that. And then we have the yellow dals, which can be added to or make a combined mixture of the dal, or just to cook it on its own. And sometimes that can serve almost like a carbohydrate base. So if you have a yellow dal, to serve it with chicken and then some vegetables, and you actually don't miss the carbohydrate in that meal. You're actually getting extra protein, and it's very, very healthy. So these plant proteins, they are really, really very nutritious, and they grow. So as you see, those lentils, they grow. And you know, I'm quite fanatical about eating from the earth, or if something grows, eat it in that way. And they're very good in terms of decreasing the amount of time it takes for your meal to be digested, so you feel full for a longer time. And that's exactly what we want. We want to feel energetic throughout the day. We want our children to have that energy to concentrate. And plant proteins serve this purpose. They really are beneficial, and they can add. So if you're having mince, for example, and with processed meats, I always recommend not more than once a week. But you can add lentils, so it could be split lentils, whether it's the split yellow lentils, the split green lentils, or even your masoor, where you boil it separately and you add it to your mince. What you're actually doing there is you're adding more fiber, and it's a plant-based protein, so it's not animal-based protein. And in this way, you're actually making what you're eating a bit more healthier. This, for example, and to ensure also that your mince, you ask for lean mince when you buy it, because it's important in that way to decrease the saturated fats. So that is the difference between your plant protein and animal protein. The animal proteins has more saturated fat in it, whereas your plant protein doesn't have saturated fats. And the reason we worry about saturated fats, or as I've previously mentioned, is that we watch our incidence. We do not want to increase our incidence of heart disease. And some of the saturated animal fats can increase our cholesterol levels. Thanks so much for listening. Assalamu alaikum.